Well, race fans, welcome. We are here at Talladega Superspeedway for the Black Designs 250, hosted by CASCAR. We have Stephen Black as our sponsor here tonight, and we actually have something interesting in store. We have a promotion going out right now from Jennings Esports to any driver or any fan out there. Make sure you check out Jennings stuff, because if any Jennings Esports driver crosses that finish line in first position, they're going to be giving away one free case of Raze Energy, which you can check out at www.reppsports.com. Also, if you want to order your own and get a 15% personal discount, use the promo code AERL86 for your 15% off. What a deal. Remember, to get an entry, you have to pick one person, no multiple driver picks. And you have to enter the giveaway, which will be at the halfway mark of the competition caution, which is going to be on lap number 47. And if your driver pick wins, then you're going to be in the random draw for the giveaway. So I hope all of you have some great luck here tonight. And we are here at Talladega, and let's go out onto the track. We're in qualifying for the moment. Don Ashton was leading qualifying, so we're going to follow with him Nope. He was leading practice, so we're going to follow along with him for qualifying here tonight. There's that number 52 Chevrolet Camaro. He was leading, and now we're going to see how he does on his qualifying lap and how he is going to handle the stresses of being on the circuit. This track, built originally in 1969 when it was first raced, has the highest speeds available in NASCAR, and you found them to be over 200 miles an hour for a very long time, and they are still over that mile per hour today, which is insane. Bill Elliott holds the fastest qualifying lap and the fastest race lap, and these guys will not be getting there tonight, but it is still impressive to know that this is one of the most historic tracks when it comes into speed. It's just so cool to know. Well, in the 33 degrees of banking, you can see a lot of these guys on their first outlap are going to be riding that high line before trying to transition perhaps to the bottom to maintain as much speed as possible as we continue out through the night. It's good to see a lot of these guys gonna actually be competitive tonight. Some of these guys we usually see a little bit more towards the field, but this is a super speedway. Everyone is competitive here, and I think that is going to make for this race to be even better. All right, there he is. This is going to start his first time here at Talladega. Let's see how he does. Give me a second as I figure out what's going on with my qualifying board here. Anyway. Okay, that's broken. Very cool. Anyway, we're going to keep following along with the number 52 here. We'll follow a little bit more updates on where everyone is in a little bit. You can see him now riding that bottom line, trying to maintain as much speed as possible while also keeping the shortest distance around this track. This is not a progressive banking track. If it was, then this is where you'd be riding the high line this entire time. But that is not how it goes here at Talladega. That 33 degrees of constant banking in those turns makes it interesting. Also, yellow line rule. Something you want to be mindful of here at Talladega is you can't extend yourself too much below that line, especially while in racing. It does not work out in your favor. Well, that is going to put Don Ashton, number 52, who led practice, in 11th position. Let's hop back and take a look of where everyone is. Currently, Paul Ems is leading with a 52.0. That is a flying lap if I've ever heard of one. So that is going to make for this race to be absolutely interesting. Well, in our little bit of off time here before we head out into our race session, let's bring someone up here to really see how tonight is going and to see what kind of pressures everyone is under. We know that Greg and Tyler for the Great White North Incorporated team are absolutely flying at super speedways, and I'm sure that they are going to be working together as much as possible. So now let's who should we bring up tonight? Let us bring up... Oh, also, in other news, we recently received a couple new drivers and a new team. ERA Sim Sports is going to be joining CASCAR, which is going to make for this race to be even more interesting as there's now more people to be contesting for the championship. You know what? Let's bring Stephen Black up here with us. He won last race and the race before that, so we're going to see if he's going to be able to continue up with his streak tonight. Stephen, it's Snow up in the booth. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Well,
I can.
Sound like you're disappointed to hear me at this rate.
Oh, no, I'm not. I love hearing your voice, Noah.
Well, it's good to see you, Stephen, because this is going to be potentially a 3 in a row for you at this point.
Yeah, we're just going to go out here, run our race, and see where we end up. I mean, this is a crapshoot race, so we'll see.
What do you think is your biggest concern here at Talladega?
Probably just people watching their mirrors. Like, if people drive safe, we should be good. Have some green flag runs, and hopefully, I know with this draft package, it's kind of weird working with people and whatnot. So,
Yeah, I know this is the first Super Speedway event we've had since the most recent update, where drafting was essentially entirely changed to Super Speedways. How do you think that's going to play into tonight's race?
I think it's going to be weird. I know, like, if you're the leader, you're more susceptible to get past. It's harder to work with people because it's harder to lock bumpers. But I think tandem drafting, if people know how to make it work, I think it'll be a big factor. So,
All right, well, that is going to make tonight going to be absolutely fascinating. And, well, you have a 3-in-a-row streak right now for CASCAR to try to keep up. Do you think you're going to actually achieve it? I know you said
we'll
it's a
see.
crapshoot.
Yeah, we'll see. Like I said, like, you never know. So I think we'll be all right in the end.
All right, well, that is great to hear, and I am going to have to wish you luck for tonight.
Yep, thank you.
No problem. All right, that was Stephen Black, currently your favorite for 3 in a row here at CASCAR. He won the BTT 180 and the Jim Hallahan 100 at Texas and Martinsville, respectively. Another person we should bring up tonight, let's take a look, is Paul Ems, if he's available. He is. He's currently leading qualifying, so let's bring him up with us and see how he is doing. Paul, it's Nob in the booth. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
Well, currently you're leading qualifying. How does that feel?
Pretty good. I'm a little surprised, I gotta be honest, but Steven just took it, so that's what I was expecting.
All right, well, you're still holding second, so we can keep the interview going. I'm not going to cut you off right here.
Sounds good, buddy.
Well, you just got yourself up into still a front row position. How do you think that's going to play out for your luck tonight?
I think it should be good. I mean, it's Dega, so anything can happen here. It might get a little hairy at times, but I'd like to stay up front all day if I can.
Well, right now, looking at the qualifying standings, it looks like it's a current front row lockout between your team and Cyclone. How is that going to play into the points tonight?
Yeah, I think that'll be a battle that you'll see happen all night. Hopefully we'll come out on top. I think we're pretty good at restrictor plates, so we should do fairly well here.
I was going to have to say something about it. I think you guys are probably the best Super Speedway racers with you. That's going to be Greg and Tyler. They just dominate every single Super Speedway they're at, and they're going to be right behind you.
Yeah, shout out to those guys. I mean, they'll be up here with me in no time. I see Greg's already here, but Tyler will be coming. So, like I said, hopefully we can stay up front all day and stay there till the end.
Well, it makes a lot of sense to me, and you're going to have a lot of pressure tonight with how many people are going to be behind you.
Yeah, it's nice to see we have a good field. Thanks everybody for coming out, and hopefully we have a good race here.
All right, well, thank you very much, Paul. I do appreciate it, and good luck tonight.
Thanks, buddy. Take care.
All right, that was Paul Ems, currently running in second place. And for our last little interview of the night before we head into our race session, let's bring up your promoter tonight, Michael Jennings. Michael, it's open the booth. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I just mentioned it a little bit earlier, but I don't think everyone was here in our broadcast yet. I was talking about the promotion you got. Do you want to tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, Jennings Esports, we're putting on a promotion this race. All three of the team cars are running Raise Energy on the hood. And basically, go to our our Facebook page, Jennings Esports on Facebook. Comment with your favorite Jennings Esports driver and number, and that puts you in the running for a promotional free case of Raise Energy. If that driver wins, we pull those contestants, we randomly select one, and we'll send you out a free case of Raise Energy.
Well, I think that's a pretty fantastic deal, and one I might just have to try to capitalize on myself.
Oh, absolutely.
Now the question is who do I put my money on for this race?
Well, right now, I wouldn't put too much emphasis on me. Got a long way to go. I'm starting 16th. But then again, I wanted to start in the back. But with this race, it's anybody's game.
It absolutely is. Stephen was mentioning that earlier, how Talladega is just a crapshoot. You never know who's going to get the win here.
Yeah, and for everybody that's interested in getting in on the giveaway, make sure you cast your vote before the halfway competition caution. That's when everything closes down for the night.
Yep, that's going to be lap number 47 as well.
Yes.
All right, well, thank you very much. I might have to bring up again just to ask about it one more time, but I do appreciate it, and good luck tonight.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining us.
Glad to do it. All right, that was Michael Jennings, your Jennings Esports driver and potentially favorite to win if you check out over on their Facebook page. All right, now that we are in the race session, let's go through our qualifying order. Starting on pole. Oh, that is... All right, I'm going to have to talk with my overlay guy on this one. And why it's not quite working, because this is a problem. Well, coming up to the front here, we can see in the front row is going to be the number 98 of Stephen Black. On his outside is going to be the number 28. That's going to be Paul Ems. Then in the second row on the inside lane, that's going to be the number 22 of Greg Snellgrove. On his outside is number 66 of Sylvan. Then in the third row on the inside lane, that's going to be Hunter Peach. That is going to be taking up that inside lane. On his outside, that's the rookie, Jacob Waters. We haven't seen too much of him. I think his last showing was at Texas, where he left a little bit early. Then in the fourth row on the inside lane, that's the number 8 of Mark LaPierre. Then on his outside, that's going to be number 55 of Jeffrey Belk. He won the CASCAR shootouts. You're going to want to keep an eye on that guy right there. Then, looking on to the a little bit further down the field, we can see the number 81. That's going to be Brian Fradian. And he is going to be a weapon on this track tonight. A lot of these EG guys, you're going to want to keep your eyes on them. These guys are known to be absolute movers, and I am just very excited to see how it's going to work out. Looking a little bit further back, we can see that is going to be the number 4. That's Cody Snyder. Then on his outside, that's going to be number 39 of Brandon Feedler. It's going to be interesting really to see how everyone is going to be able to hold up in these tough conditions. Behind them, that's number 44. That is Patrick Coluccio. On his outside, that is the number 74 of Brian Merle Jr. We have not seen him before. That is going to be an interesting event to see, as Merle is not a CASCAR regular. He just joined up today. Looks like we skipped a little bit. That's Tyler Hallahan up there as well. He's also going to be someone to keep your eye on. Then bringing up the rear of the field, that's going to be number 57, Will Cloud. And he is going to be one to watch here tonight, as he is the new ERA Sim Sports entry, along with the number 97 of Marshall Harris, who looks like he was not able to attend. Well, we got a lot of guys to keep an eye on here tonight, and I'm sure that a lot of them are just ready to go, ready to rip their cars to the end and try to prove who is the fastest here at Talladega. Well, hopping back up to the front of the field, let's go see how this race is going to start. Remember to check out Jennings Esports Facebook page so that you can be entered to win as the pace car is pulling off here at Talladega. Here we are with the Black Designs 250 here at Talladega Super Speedway, going through the tri-oval. Green flag, and away we go here at Talladega Super Speedway. All the fans, you can see them all right out there as they now thunder across that start-finish line, about to head in to one of the best races of the season. Oh, you can see a lot of them, they're already running too wide. They're getting pretty close to 3 almost there. You got to keep an eye on that. They are not going to be friendly with each other. All right, we just completed our first lap, and what a lap it was. These guys are all together, moving so fast. It is unbelievable almost, just to see how much everyone is moving around. Paul Ems continues to lead in this race with Stephen Black right behind him. Greg is going to be leading that outside lane, and that is going to be a push he's going to have to watch, as currently right now he has a driver hoping to help him. 94 laps we're going to have. That's 250 miles here at Talladega. Oh, you can see they're starting to get a little bit more evenly matched towards the front as they widen out towards the rear of the field. That's Mark LaPierre in that number 8 Kinney's Drugs car. Right now he has Jacob Waters on his outside. These guys are going to want to pay very close attention to each other as they head through this tri-oval. Keeping your strategy in mind is going to be important. That's a big, huge wave out of the number 14 of Jacob Waters right there. Just absolutely waved through the field. I hope he's doing okay. That is a wave you do not want to replicate. Yes, the internal EG racing joke there against Stephen Black, who is known for winning just about everything. Boo Stephen. We'll have to talk to him about that one a little bit later on to see how he feels about all the EG guys going against him. Big wave out of Greg there. These guys have to be careful running through 3 and 4. It not only is going to slow it up, you can see just how much slower the pack is now as they're running 3 wide. That's number 55. That's Belk going on the inside of Waters, leaving him out to dry. That is Jacob Waters now filing to the rear of the field. Did not get the best out of that one, that's for sure. And all that started from just a little bit of a wave of the number 22 machine. Oh, that's a spin. Oh, God, that is a huge wreck. All right, let's take a look at that back in just a second. We're going to go see what happened there to really get a look at that. Give me a second and we'll be right back. All right, we returned so we can take a look at see what is going on. Thank you very much for the sub, the gift sub. Frankenstein Metal, I really appreciate it. Thank you, Dave. I'm sure whoever receives that one is going to be mighty happy with it. Again, thank you very much. I appreciate it. All right, well, now let's take a look at this incident right here. We're following with number 39. That's Brandon Feedler. We're following on the chopper cam here. As you can see, they're running now through the tri-oval. It looks like the number 52 pops out for a second, but he's fine. And then he just moves up and spins himself off of the number 66 of Silver, essentially ruining both of their races for now. Then he gets plowed into by the 74th, the new driver coming up here. Wow, what an incident that was. You really wouldn't think that something like that would happen so fast. It just is honestly insane how some of it goes sometimes. But that is it. That's just how it goes here at Talladega. A lot of these guys are going to be very aggressive, trying to just race through the field, but they end up in a position where it just ends up screwing them over. Honestly, it's just the reality of super speedway racing. Well, now that we have a little bit of downtime, let's bring up your leader, Stephen Black, up with us. Let's see how he's doing. Well, Steven, I really didn't think it was going to be this fast. I was going to have to move you up here, but you're already in the lead.
Figuring out how the air works in the car, riding behind Paul there for a little bit. And I don't know, I felt like I was getting pretty good runs on exit on him, so I jumped up high to see what I could do, and I managed to get him right before the yellow came out. So.
Well, clearly it's going to be putting you in a good spot. You started on the front row in second position, and you've already gained one, so now you're going to have to try to hold off the rest of the field.
Yeah, I'm just going to drive smart. If people get runs on me, like, I'm not going to be doing any crazy blocking or anything too early, but hopefully we could just stay up here and stay out of the trouble and hopefully come away with at least a top 5 today. So.
Well, that makes a lot of sense to me. Now, I have a very important question to you. And this, I should probably preface, is coming from EG Racing.
Yes.
They recently have been wanting to really see how you feel about them booing you on literally everything. How do you feel?
I'm indifferent about it. They could boo me, but, you know, I've got 2 wins already, so...
Now, do you think this boo is supposed to be very aggressive towards you, or do you think they're just trying to play with you?
I don't know. I think they're just messing with me, but I don't know if they can do whatever they want.
Was that a laugh out of Stephen Black?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I think that's what they're trying to get me to do is laugh. I just I don't know. I'm having more fun on here, here lately. It's definitely. I haven't really been the biggest fan of iRacing, other than the leagues that I run in, but at least the past month or so. But I'm starting to have fun with it again, and I don't know. Things are making sense. So
Well, clearly it's having a very positive effect. I've heard so much less complaining out of you lately.
yeah, I just had a rough spot. Like I just learning how to drive again, I guess. Just stuff I have to get used to still. Like, iRating is by no means a really good judge of driving ability. So, I think the officials that I've been doing, I've been getting my ass kicked, and it's just been turning me sour. So,
Well, sadly, that is just the name of the game sometimes. But like you said, it's clearly having a positive effect being in these nice leagues where you get to have a good community. Well, even if they're joshing you like how EG is doing to you, it does have a positive effect and make it a lot more entertaining to be here.
yeah, it does. I like all those guys. I think Wes is. I think he. I think he just likes to hear himself talk sometimes, but I think we all know somebody like that. So
I think we all do, so it's going to be perfectly okay.
yeah, that's for sure. But shout out to him. I know he couldn't make it, but yeah, hopefully we'll see him again before too long.
I certainly hope so. Well, thank you very much for your time, Stephen Black, and I'm sure this will not be the last we speak to you tonight.
Okay, thank you.
Well, that was Stephen Black, currently your leader here at Talladega Superspeedway. Currently, the fastest lap of the race is being held by Will Cloud with a 43.302. What a lap! Let's head over to him real quick and see how he's doing. We're not going to bring him up for an interview for the moment, but what a lap that is. Currently, he's holding off with that number 57 Interstate Batteries machine that definitely does not have my name on the side. Don't worry about that. In any case, still, he's going to have to be one to watch because if he's already moving up, although he does have damage, right now is a time where he has to pick who is he going to be friends with and who is he going to be enemies with. I'm sure with him being in iOS, he sees a couple of familiar names in the field, but still, you got to be careful of it. Anyway, hopping back up to the front of the field, we see Stephen Black and the number 28 of Paul M's currently being chased down by Hunter Peach in that 84 Raze Energy machine. It looks like Raze Energy for the Michael Jennings Esport Racing team is catching up already. We'll have to bring up it just a little bit later to talk to him, but look at that paint. It actually looks quite nice. Steven and Paul have a lot of really good super speedway drivers behind them. It is going to be interesting. We see you, Wes. In any case, here we are at Talladega. The pace truck is going to be off of the field right now before we go back to green flag. It is on driver choice now for when they start. It's on Steven. All right, looks like we're going to go green flag now. Let's green flag and away we go here at Talladega once more. Currently one caution. Not bad. Not bad. So if we can keep this kind of pace up, then we can actually end up in a pretty good spot tonight. Not spending too much time just doing I-pacing. I know a lot of people hate I-pacing, so we're going to be doing okay tonight if we've been able to go this far. Stephen Black off to a massive lead. Look at him just flying away. That inside lane is currently proving to be the way to go tonight. It looks like Hunter is going to be capitalizing off that as well, bringing himself up into second position. What a move. What a move. You do not often see with these guys just ripping away. See, they're running the too wide a bit back there. That is going to be a bit of a struggle, though. If you're trying to maintain a outside lane with only 3 cars, you're going to find that you're going to be mighty slow. And that is something a lot of these guys don't want to suffer from. Leading that outside lane is going to be number 8 of Mark LaPierre. Currently, Will Cloud just got by him. Oh, that's a little bit of a wave on the 8 machine. Is he going to be okay? He's got to find a way to file in. It looks like nobody's going to let him in for right now. Will Cloud is going to be leading that little chain right there with that gap you can see between the main pack and the second one. Completely single file. Uh-oh. That is going to be the number 8 spun off into the infield. He was trying to come down when he was not clear. That is going to be him. His race looks just about over. We can take a look at that right here, a little bit closer in to see how much damage he has. That is a hard hit to that inside wall. Unfortunate. That is going to put him in a very, very unfortunate spot. Will Cloud sets another fastest lap of the race, I think. Matching the time he had before. Coming back up to the joining back up to the front of the field, we can see Stephen Black continues to lead here at Talladega with Hunter Peach right behind him. Paul M's running in 3rd and Greg in 4th. Jeffrey Belk in 5th. These guys are rolling together. You can see a lot of these guys were the top competitors in the CASCAR shootouts. And it kind of makes sense why they're all up here. Alright, so now they're running through 3 and 4. They're all just maintaining that bottom line. No one wants to venture out to the high side yet. You can see a lot of these guys are trying to make massive gains for the moment. We saw Will Cloud starting for the rear of the field up into 8th position. But he has fantastic drivers like Kyle Mundell. Mundell, my apologies, that is Mundell, who started only 1 position in front of him, I believe. Right behind him on his tail. So clearly, these two are matching for how fast they're going. Jets Jacob Waters going to the outside, though. Is he going to let people by? I think that's his move. He's trying to let people by, but it is going to fake out a couple people in the front who I think we're going to maybe have someone to work with on that outside lane. It's a choice wanting to fall back to the rear, although it is a bit of a safe one. If you're in a dangerous spot, then you do not want to go to the rear. Yeah, Wes, it is a shame that it happened to the 8 car that he got spun. Oh, it looks like, said Wes, that Brian and the 81 and Jeff in the 55, they finished P5 in the Sebring 12-hour race. That's nice. That's great. That's good for both of them. The Sebring 12-hour just finished a little bit ago. I know that the guys that I work with as well also had a bit of an attempt. They had brought 2 cars out, and both of them did not run so great. But it's good to see that Brian and Jeff had a good time. It's good. I'll have to ask them about it a little bit later and see how they're handling it. Well, as we continue on here at Talladega, about to... Oh, it looks like we're running 3 and 4. Stephen out and running wide. I think we're going to be running into... Yep, no caution. We're going to be running now into lap number 13. That's Stephen Black to the outside, putting Hunter Peach in the lead. This 2.66-mile tri-oval, constructed in 1969, holds the fastest speeds on the NASCAR Cup Series schedule, and here on the CASCAR Black Designs Cup Series as well. Stephen Black choosing to roll to the rear. He is not going to be taking a very fast approach for the moment. I wonder if he's trying to either make a game for himself, with how many times we've seen him just come for the rear, or if he feels like it's getting a bit too spicy out front for him. Running 2 wide now out front. That's going to be Paul Ems and Hunter Peach. Let's zoom in just a little bit to see what's going on. Looks like that 28 machine's going to be riding that high line. And currently he has to hold off on that outside. Who's going to join him? Is that going to be Will Cloud moving to that outside lane? Stephen Black looks like he's probably content staying on the outside, but a lot of these guys are currently staying on the inside lane. They're not going to be venturing out for the moment. Greg Snellgrove, though, chose to be on that outside, and I think for right now it is working in his favor. They're forming a 2 wide in the rear, though. That's going to be Jacob Waters pushing onto the back of Brandon Feedler right there. We saw Feedler get absolutely killed early on, so he took that fast repair. So now he has to be extra careful that he does not get caught up in another wreck. 80 laps left to go. Some of the strategy these guys are playing I find mighty interesting. Uh-oh. I think that's Paul that slowed way down. Nope. Can't see who that was. Looks like someone was letting everybody by and did not want to get in too spicy of a race. Uh-oh. Bit of a wave we saw there out of that 28 machine. Stephen Black on the move once again, trying to get himself into a better spot. Currently, Hunter Peach has been able to keep a top 5 position this entire race so far, and has been doing it with grace, honestly. You know, he's been able to be really competitive so far, but I think his tires are starting to show that he's been leading just a little bit, as it looks like everyone's kind of bobbing on that yellow line just a little bit. Got to be careful the checkup that causes, though, because a little bit too much of close contact, and suddenly everyone's around. Looks like Greg is getting a push from that number 98, trying to form a third line on that outside lane. Uh-oh, or it looks like it was just a move as Stephen Black is right in that middle lane as he gets a little bit of a squeeze on that 52 now before they return back to 2 wide racing. It's very interesting to see how these guys choose to run their race right there. That's Steven going 3 wide again. Steven is not afraid to try to hold that middle line and really show that he knows what he's doing. Oh, that looks like that's Hunter, though. Yep, he's now going to be falling down into 9th position after that one. Unfortunate, putting him into such a not great spot after he's been able to run so high all day. Jeffrey Belk is up into 2nd, though. You can see that gap here on the screen. That's that blue car. That's Jeffrey, able to maintain such a huge gap, but it looks like Don Ashton is going to be closing that number 52 Chevrolet Camaro. Bit of a pop there. Let's going to switch over to someone else real quick so we can get a little bit better of a view. Continue to run on. That is Will Cloud, who started last in this race, has gotten himself up into 4th. Mundell currently running right behind him in 5th. These guys have been moving all race. Massive props to the 34 and the 57 this race. They have been able to just absolutely move, and it shows what kind of speed these guys have. We're going to have to bring up a little bit later, as currently they're your hard chargers. Don Ashton did not start in the highest position, even though he led in practice, but he is also up into 3rd place, holding that single file lane. These guys are moving. Looks like I see you talking there about the Bubble West that a lot of these guys are going to be currently facing. It is a struggle to try to get by the leader in some of these cases. Honestly, it is a really big unknown right now on how this package is going to be continuing to fare. Paul Ems continues to be your leader, though, here at Talladega as we enter lap number 18 of 94, here with the Black Designs 250. Make sure that you check out Stephen Black's stuff, even though he's not running currently in the top 10, I think. Unless I'm blind. Oh, yeah, he is. He's in 7th. I'm just blind. Make sure you check out Stephen Black's stuff. That's going to be Black Designs. He makes all of the really nice stuff that you see all across the iRacing stuff for CASCAR, including that little Black Designs 250 logo in that bottom right-hand corner. So make sure you check out Stephen Black. I believe his Twitch is also on his car as well. Paul Ems continues to lead. Don Ashton in 3rd. Greg up into 4th again, though. He is not going to be letting some of these guys just take away his positions. Zoom out just a little bit here. Let's pop down to the rear of the field just a little bit more. Let's pop in with Matthew Malvania. He's currently working with that 86 of Michael Jennings. You can see those are the Rays Energy cars. Looks like these guys are having a little bit of a rough night for the moment, trying to maintain speed. They do have Tyler Hallahan, though, in that number 88 machine. Currently pushing behind him, but it looks like even though Tyler is a massive super speedway racer, none of these guys are having a great night tonight. We'll have to pop in with them just a little bit later and see how they're doing. You see that number 52, he's had a little bit of a connection issue so far most of this race. So far hasn't hurt anybody, but honestly, it can be a little bit sketchy sometimes, trying to follow behind someone that you know is not the most internet connection stable. Stephen Black, though, running currently in... where did he go? Right there he is, running in 4th. He is on the move once again. He does not want to let these guys run away, even if he is going to let them run fast. You can see them now. They're catching up to the lap car. That's Brian Miller Jr., who is not going to move out of the way. He's riding that low line. He dives out of the way. He forced them up high. That is dangerous. You do not want to let that happen. And oh, thank you very much for the follow. I was wondering where that music was coming from. I was terrified. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. And welcome to the Forklook family of broadcasting. Yes, it is a new scheme on the number 88. I believe that was a Budweiser paint. We'll have to check that out just a little bit later. I keep saying that, but I don't know if we're going to go under caution again for a little while. That makes things a little bit harder to follow. Thank you very much for the host, Hunter. I appreciate it. You didn't scare me with the sounds that much this time. Stephen Black continues to maintain fourth. Uh-oh. A lot of these guys are now coming in for pit stops. It looks like everybody is coming in. And it is not just a Chevy or Camry guys. Everyone's in. Although, actually, I don't know if we have any Fords in this field tonight. Now that I say that. There we go. So currently, Kyle Mundell, only driver to stay out, is running in first. Jeffrey Belk currently leads on pit road. That number 55 TNG EG car. We're going to see how this continues to play out. Let's take a look at the battle on pit road. It looks like it's going to... Yep, that is going to be Jeffrey Belk. He is the driver currently running in sixth. Only one to come out in first, as all the other drivers that you see in front of him were the ones to stay out. What a stop. He was able to come in and leave real fast, which is going to make things mighty interesting here on the battle for pit road. We pop back a little bit. That's Paul Ems, though. Going to be right on his tail. He is not going to let him completely just run away with it, because that means it is a 1-2 swap. I know, no West, no Fords. It's big sad. We can't have that. We need someone to come in with a Ford. But it looks like nobody really wants to for the moment. Running in ninth, that's Greg right there. That number 22, Morgan's Transportation. I believe that's a play on a Valvoline paint scheme as well, which is pretty cool. That's number 81 of Brian Fradian. It looks like Stephen Black is not quite near enough to him right now for him to spin out. So I don't think we're going to have any drama there for right now. And if you don't know what I'm referencing last week, where we saw Brian accidentally spin Stephen at Martinsville going into 3 and 4 and just send him to the rear of the field, even though Stephen came back to win the race. Anyway, up at the front of the field, we can see the number 88. That's Tyler Hallahan. He's going to be pushing with that Budweiser car from the rear, hoping to help Patrick Coluccio and Michael Jennings, as well as Matthew Malvagna, currently try to maintain a bit better of a spot. No, Hunter. Marshall is going to actually be Chevrolet in this series. You can see your top four right now. These guys are just moving. They're not letting anything particularly happen to each other. I think they're trying to work together. They know that they're a bit further behind, and because they still need to come in for pit stops. Although that's going to be number 85. If that's Matthew Malvagna running high, I think he might be coming in this time, or he's just trying to let everyone go on through. Nah, he's just trying to let people go on through. That's an interesting strategy call. One, I don't know if I would make myself, but I think that is going to help make this race a bit more interesting. The 9 was the only active Ford in the series, but work has resumed. I know, that's what happens. It just sucks. Well, here we are. We're going to have Michael Jennings currently leading the race. If you betted on him right now for your potential to win your free pack of Raise Energy, I hope that you currently voted for Jennings as he's leading. Although he is a pit stop cycle a little bit behind, so we're going to see. Wes, I see you talking about your scheme there. I don't know if awesome is the right word. It's a bit more like sacrilege. You can't have a Dale Earnhardt paint on a Ford. That doesn't make sense. All right, Jennings is going to stay out to lead a lap while some people behind him, that's Patrick Coluccio and Tyler Hallahan, come into pit. They're not going to let everyone just run away with it. Well, with that pit strategy and Sylvan deciding to stay out as well with Cyclone Racing, I think. Nope, he's coming in. That is going to be putting Paul Ems currently, as he has been working, trying to get up to a better spot in the lead. No, Hunter, what I'm referring to is a promotion where you check out a Jennings Esports over on Facebook. Nice. Over on Facebook. And before lap number 47, if you put in your driver for Jennings Esports, that's going to be Matthew Malvagna, the number 86 of Michael Jennings, or Hunter Peach, who's currently in 12th, although he was leading this race earlier on. If one of them crosses that finish line in first position, you can get yourself a nice free pack of Raise Energy. Well, with that little bit of a sponsor segue, that leads me into making sure you check out Stephen Black with Black Designs. Currently running in 11th, but Stephen Black provides some fantastic graphics options for your next event or thing that you need done. Also, he does I shouldn't say all, but he does a whole ton of these iRacing paints that you see out in the field, and they look fantastic. Weak Designs is the other main one that makes a lot of the paints out in the field as well. All right, that's going to be Paul Ems, your leader, followed by the number 22 of Greg Snellgrove. These guys are currently running in a really good spot, and it shows. You can see that pit strategy really did not help Michael Jennings, as he's now down in the 16th position. What a fall that he had. So the 55? Well, yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's okay to excuse the the 55, as that was a Michael Waltrip Racing kind of scheme too, and they ran Toyota as well. That's okay. So the 39. Let's see. He's currently running in 5th right there. Yeah. Okay. You're right. You're right. Wes is right. Fine. Currently, he's in 5th, getting pushed by Kyle Mundell and Will Clyde behind them, trying to follow along with a little bit of damage on Will. You can see that there. A bit of a struggle. Well, currently, we're in a spot where we don't really have too much going on. You know what, Wes? Just because you were talking a little bit about the number 55 of Jeffrey Belk and Brandon Feedler there, let's bring him up with us. We're going to bring out Brandon with us. There we go. Brandon, I'm in the voice chat. Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Currently, you're running in a pretty good spot, getting pushed by the number 34. How do you feel?
Well, right now it's nice that we're all spread out because I had to use my faster pair because of that first caution. But we're right now just trying to fall back to the 8 and the 25 to see if we can get a bigger size group to see if we can reel the group in front of us in.
Do you think that kind of strategy is going to work? Currently, you have your top 4 just running away with this thing.
Yeah, I'm hoping so, because then hopefully we'll have the numbers advantage, because I think we'd have 5 compared to their 4, and I think with the new package that came out on iRacing, I think numbers is the key to winning this thing right now.
That makes a lot of sense. Being able to have a lot more of that unstable air to help push your car into the front would help a lot.
Oh, for sure. But it looks like the strategy's not really working, because it looks like we're still pulling away from the guys behind us.
Yeah, it looks like your tandem draft right now is allowing you to pull away from that number 57 of Will Cloud.
Yeah, he said he had a little bit of damage on the nose of his car when I got behind him, so I think he also might have missed the comment I made of moving up high, so that might be why he's falling to the back a little bit.
That would make a lot of sense. Although it's going to be a struggle for a lot of these guys to follow if you guys are just going to keep pulling away.
Yeah, I think everyone's going to be happy to see the comp caution come out at around 46, 47. Just that'll stack everybody back up, but I think it's going to be one of those things where pit stops are going to make all the difference if we get to it under green.
That makes a lot of sense. How do you think that restart is going to go after we finish lap number 47's competition caution?
I actually don't think it'll be too bad. If everyone's going to be a little bit concerned about it with faster pairs and everything, I know like the situation I am in, like that last restart, it might help out a little bit, just keeping everybody calm. So hopefully it's not too hectic.
Well, I'm going to have to wish you the best of luck, because right now it's approaching the competition caution in a couple of laps, but you still got plenty of time left to go, and hopefully don't get caught up in another wreck.
Oh yeah, that would not be good.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for your time. I do appreciate it, and good luck.
Thank you.
That was Brandon Feedler, who's currently running in the 5th position, passing the number 8 of Marc Lapierre to put him a lap down. Unfortunate, as he was caught up in an accident, which did not give him the caution. He did not get the caution for that wreck, as it was off, and iRacing did not call it, which is unfortunate. But that was a while ago, and now he has to try to earn that back. Well, it looks like that's going to be Stephen Black catching up to the rest of the field for the moment. And it looks like he's going to be putting on a show for the moment as he's leading the number 84 of Hunter Peach and the number 25 of Daniel Michael. It looks like a lapped number 86 is in there as well. That's going to be Michael Jennings, currently a lap down, trying to keep up as well. They're all going on the outside of the number 8 there. That lap car really shakes things up. You wouldn't be surprised as how much it does. Stephen Black, though, is now catching up to these guys. Is he going to try to take it for the lead in this group? I think he is. They're currently running on the outside, and he's going to try to make things interesting once again. Stephen is always known for trying to make his races as interesting as possible. Michael Jennings hits the fastest out of the race with a 49.2. 42 would be just a wee bit too fast. You can see that the number 98 is getting a big push from that 84 of Hunter Peach. These guys are really working well together. If this is the strategy call they're going to make, it is going to make things interesting. Will Cloud, a lot of damage we see now as he's really falling back from that one. Unfortunate. Looks like Don Ashton and Cody Snyder there are not doing too hot either. Well, we hop up to the front of your field, and this is currently Paul Ems, Greg Snellgrove, and Brian Fradian up in the front. These guys are really working well together, being able to keep up a fantastic showing for the moment. Currently that wild card that is tailing along with them, that's the number 66. That's Silva. He is not on their race, but he's currently keeping pace with them, and currently I think he's hoping to get his lap back as he is the leading car one lap down. In any case, we see up your top 4 here. That is going to be a Great White 1 and 2, and then a EG Racing 3 and 4. Looks like these guys know that because it's Talladega, it doesn't make a lot of sense to try to kill each other a bit earlier on. Oh, I didn't notice it. No, I gotta head over to the last. Alright, well, we head down to number 74 of Brian Burrell Jr. in that 74 Toyota Camry, sponsored by Toyota. I think he's currently self-driver, does not have anyone going along with him. But, oh man. Brian, I hope your race gets a little bit better going on as you're 4 laps down. And it looks like a lot of damage. Oh, buddy. But, I think it'll be okay. If you're able to recover it, we know that you're really good in ILS, Brian, and keep pushing. You can do it. I'll be back up to the front of the field. You see your top 4 once again. Make sure you cheer on your favorite driver. If it's with Jennings Esports, make sure you check out their Facebook page and enter yourself into a potential free case of Raise Energy. And then other than that, make sure you give some big support to your other guys as well. Sorry I didn't notice it a little bit faster there, Dave. Still, it is a fantastic, currently showing that we've seen a lot of these guys just able to work together. A lot of teamwork, even if they're not on the same team, because they all know that together, if they, it doesn't make sense to ruin each other's races a bit earlier on. Hopping down a little bit towards the further back in 5th position, that's Stephen Black, currently leading this line of cars here at Talladega. So talking a little bit about the points, currently it's Michael Jennings that is leading the points, which, he's currently running in 17th, a lap down. You wouldn't really think that he is your points leader, but he is. He's had a really good, consistent amount of finishes. He won the Daytona, he won the CASCAR 250, and has had just a good, consistent finish throughout the rest of the season so far. So that has allowed him to stay in a good spot and is allowing him to remain competitive, hopefully, for the rest of the season. Other than that, though, behind him in points, that's going to be Jeffrey Belk, who we saw a little bit earlier up front. That's our number 55 machine. He is the guy that you're going to want to watch as well, as he's been closing that gap, as well as your biggest mover so far in terms of points, Stephen Black, who's currently in 3rd position and hoping to overtake to get back up into a points lead. And Steven, you can see Steven right there in that number 98 Toyota Camry. He's sponsored by his own Twitch this time. He does not have a Raise Energy sponsorship. I think he was trying to save that specifically for the Jennings guys, as the Jennings Esport crew is also sponsored by Black Design, so it wouldn't... It's a little bit of a cyclical system there. A little bit closer to shot, we can see Steven's car a little bit more as they pass Brian once again. Make sure you check out Steven's Switch there. He had on the side of his car. If you want to rewind for a second and grab that, or it's a XS Black 98. There you go. It's his Twitch. Give him a little bit of a plug there. Thank you everyone that's been able to come out for tonight. I do appreciate it. We're going to be heading up into our competition caution on lap number 47 pretty soon. It has been a great race that we've seen so far. A lot of teamwork of everyone working together and not trying to push anything too much. They do not want to give each other too much of a hassle, as it would all screw them over. If you want to give a plug to your favorite driver, if they're either streaming or if you want to just give them a good old plug in general, make sure you give it a comment. Oh, there it is. Another bash on Steven. Everyone's doing it. Still, Steven's a great guy. I think from what we've seen so far, he is always a little bit, it's good to play with him a little bit. Well, I think it is a good time to bring up Kyle Mundell. He's currently your biggest mover, currently running in 9th. He was up a little bit higher earlier, but of course, the racing happens, and you get a little bit further down in the field. But I think he's trying to play a good strategy call for the moment. Going to earn himself back up to a good good top spot. Let's bring up here with us. Wes, don't be too mean. Let's see, where is he? Am I able to bring him up here with us? Kyle Mundell? I don't think so. I don't see him in Discord. Unfortunate. No. Alright. Well, you see, that's part of the problem, is I can't just force people to talk with me if they're not in the Discord. I see it like it's a punishment. I see Brandon Feedler right there, still able to maintain a good spot for the moment, running in 6th. That is a good place to be. He's in a good spot. He's got a good crew around him. But it looks like the top of the field has changed up a little bit as the Great White guys have come into pit, and it looks like all these guys now are coming into pit as well, as they saw them pit a lap earlier. Michael Jennings is going to take his fuel extended car. Everyone calls it that, as he always just has a little bit too much gas in the tank. A little bit more than everyone else. A little bit suspicious. No. Hunter, no. No. Completely different. In any case, you can see the strategy call that a lot of these guys are making. It is allowed for a lot of people to get the field changed up. That's Stephen Black still in 2nd position, though, as they come off the field. That's going to be Daniel Michael in 3rd position for the moment. Alright, that's Greg going to be passing by now. We can see him in his number 22 Morgan's Transportation Chevrolet Camaro. Able to get into 2nd place. He now has to hunt down Jeffrey Belk, who is going to be coming in. Yep, there he is. He's already in the field. That's going to put Greg Snellgrove, as soon as he completes the lap, into the lead. Now, before we head over into our competition caution, let's head on to a little bit more of an interesting camera. We'll follow along on the inside. And this is where I'm going to have to tell you to, can't say that, turn up the volume, because these guys have fantastic sounding engines, and I think they deserve a little bit of airtime. All right, let's bring down the volume just a little bit so I don't blow anyone's eardrums out. We're on lap number 45, going to be going into 46 quite soon. The NASCAR Geek got a little bit of a plug there as we were following from Greg's point of view. And he has to look at that @ sign the entire time. Well, here we go into lap number 46. As soon as there it is, there's the start-finish line. 2 laps to go until we get our competition caution. Currently, the listing you're seeing on the left-hand side of your screen there, that's how the field is going to be playing out for the moment. You can see that there's a big gap between a lot of these drivers. We're going to see how that is going to end up as everyone comes into the pits quite shortly. Yes, give your Instagram for Wheat Designs a little bit of a plug there, Wes. I'm sure that everyone over at EG appreciates it. Jeffrey Belk is quite fast. We see that for the moment. He was, even when coming into the pits, Greg was not quite fast enough to get by him. So Greg now has to look at that rear view bumper as they continue to run through. As we now head up into 1 to go until we get our competition caution. And we're going to bring up a couple people with us during that time to see how their strategy is going to be playing out for them. Because honestly, I'm fascinated to see what a lot of these guys have in store to really see what they're going to do. Although it looks like I see a little bit of a shark in the background there. That's Stephen Black in that number 98. Black Designs machine catching up, and he is not going to let anyone run away with this race so far. He's getting a huge run on these guys. Not only to get the draft, but he's getting a big old push on the number 25 of Daniel Michael. He's going to raise him to the line. That's Stephen Black getting some contact with the number 22 of Greg Snellgrove as they run now. Oh man, this is going to make for a mighty interesting trioval right here. Let's zoom out just a little bit more so we can really see this finish. They come down, and it looks like Stephen Black is getting that second place finish. All right, there it is. That is going to be your competition caution coming out in just a moment. There it is. Wow, Stephen Black absolutely just moved Greg out of the way. All right, well, now that we just saw that insane incident, let's bring Greg up with us because I want to see how angry he is about it. And I think it makes for some good content. So give me a second, we'll be right back, and we'll be right back, honestly. I don't really know what to say now. Greg, it's open the booth. Can you hear me?
Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm doing okay. You just got moved out of the second place position down to 4th. How are you feeling?
I thought Steve was gonna go with me there, and he completely failed, and I just tried to do my best to keep him from winning the stage.
Well, I think you succeeded in that regard, but other than that, it looks like everything failed as you had a fantastic second place finish for the stage, and then he just took it away from you.
Yeah, I wanted to win, but that's all right. I'm still up near the front, and that's what matters.
Well, we just saw a pretty interesting finish, like I said, from that one, but at least you're in the top 5 with that.
Oh, I'm happy. I'm happy. It's kind of unfortunate that my drafting partner there, Paul, made a mistake on pit road, so now he's got to get his way back up here to me to give me some help.
Yeah, taking a look at the timing screen I have right here, it looks like you're kind of just surrounded by a bunch of Toyotas.
Yeah, it's the story of my life.
The only friend you really got right now is Daniel Michael, and, you know, the question is he really going to help you?
I don't think so. Everybody wants to win here. This is, I think, the best chance for everybody in the league to get that win they want.
That is very true. As Steven was saying earlier, it is just a crapshoot kind of race.
It is. And I think I just made a mistake going on pit road. Unsafe pit entrance. Yep.
Man, I was just about to ask you about pit strategy, too, with everybody coming in.
I screwed up. Now I'm going to go back out there and hang out with Tyler now.
What's going on with Tyler? Actually, he's usually like running in the front here at these super speedways.
He got caught up in that first wreck there, so it kind of stunned him a bit, so he kind of fell back some. But I'm sure he'll be there when the time counts.
Yeah, we'll have to see, you know, as we come into the end of this race. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, that's for sure. Very interesting.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time. Is there anyone in the audience want to give a thank to, Greg?
I want to say hi to Mom because I know she's watching this one.
All right. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it, and hopefully you can have a good rest of this race.
I hope so. Thank you.
All right, that was Greg Snellgrove. He is currently running in a not-so-great position after he just got, sadly, a penalty for unsafe pit entrance. In any case, Steven, I just saw your recommendation that we bring Brian Murray Jr. up here. You know what? I think that is a fantastic idea, and I think he is going to be ecstatic to speak with me. I just have a feeling. Brian, it's Noah up in the booth. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You know, this is a really weird position because usually it's once the race is over, you and I talk, and you're not too happy with me. And then you relax a little bit. But right now, I feel like you're just not happy with me and you're in the rear. What's up?
I'm perfectly fine with you right now. You know, I just got caught up in a wreck, and then I tried to preserve my fast repair, and it cost me 5 laps.
Well, at least for your sake, you're not the only one 5 laps down.
I didn't get 5 penalties in a row, or 15, or whatever you said he had.
Yeah, that is true. That is very true, and that does mean that you're actually still, you know, capable of finishing this race.
I am capable of finishing the race as of now, but I have no fast repair because, well, I made my bed and laid in it, and now I'm 5 laps down, no fast repair or nothing.
Well, I mean, this is an important call. You know, after you took that fast repair, what do you think the strategy for the rest of your race is going to be?
Make one of these guys in Cyclone win. I guess I'll pull a Denny Hamlin to Eric Jones if I have to, you know.
Well,
I'll push him to a win, even if I am 5 laps down.
Well, sometimes it's just the approach you have to take. I know that it's sometimes a theory that a lot of people don't talk about is, you know, when you have a teammate that unfortunately caught up in something earlier, but they're able to come back out on track, they really can just help you sometimes.
It's a super speedway racing at its finest.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone has their own feelings on that one, especially, you know, with how much they can just destroy your race.
Yeah, I mean, I was off the pace. There was 3 of us, and you know, wreck came out, but one of the guys in there, guess, didn't want to slow down, so I took the middle approach, and with iRacing's new smoke, you just couldn't see, and I ended up getting in the wreck. Just how it goes sometimes, I guess.
Absolutely. You know, sucks to happen, but it does. Well, currently, we're going to be going back to green pretty shortly, and as your rookie, how do you think your first race, other than, you know, being a bit further down, I shouldn't even ask about your first race, how do you think your second race is going to go in 2 weeks' time?
You know, if I can figure out how to save tires on these long green flag runs, I think I'll do all right, but I'm not very good at that, so I guess I'll just have to hope I can figure that out between now and the 11th.
Well, it is still going to be an absolutely fascinating way to finish this race. I'm sure that you're going to be able to be a big help to your team. Thank you very much for your time. Is there anyone in the audience you want to thank tonight?
Steven and Sylvan for bringing me in here.
All right, well, thank you
That's
very much.
it. Uh-huh.
That's it? You just want to thank 2 people?
That's it. Yeah, my old lady's pretty mad at me for jumping on in the middle of the Sunday, so you know, I can't really thank her because she's going to be mad at me when I turn this off. So, yeah.
Well,
We'll just thank Steven and Sylvan and call it good.
Well, thank you very much for coming up here. I do appreciate it, and good luck.
Thank you.
All right, that was Brian Blair Jr., your rookie of this race. First race here at CASCAR. You can see him. He's going to be bringing up the rear of the field for the moment, hoping to help the rest of Cyclone Racing, his team. Jeffrey Belk is going to be starting off to lead this race, followed by Kyle Mundell and Hunter Peach in third. Looks like a lot of these guys are going to be in for a run for their money on this restart. Well, here we go, everybody. We enter the tri-oval. You can hear all the cars just anxious, ready to go. There it is, green flag, and away we go. There's going to be Jeffrey Belk. He wants to wait for those green flag starts. He does not want to take off any earlier. He gets off to a pretty good start. Kyle Mundell struggling just a little bit on that start as Hunter Peach moves himself up into second position now. See that inside lane? That's Stephen Black getting up now, up into third position. Kyle Mundell and Daniel Michael really struggling on that outside lane. It has not helped them any. All right, they continue to run down the backstretch now. They start to pull away just a little bit more. That outside lane is not going to be able to keep up in speed. These guys are going to be struggling for a little while. They run 3 wide now into the corner. At Talladega, it's a bit less of a screaming moment than it is at Daytona, where it's a bit more dangerous. Although you can see a lot of them are really shuffling very close together. That is a big gaggle of cars you do not want to be caught up in, if I do say so myself. You can see a lot of these guys struggling just a little bit more. Kyle Mundell, you know, he's able to file back in just a little bit earlier, but he is not doing too hot for the moment. He had a big fallback. That is unfortunate for him. Down from 2nd to 14th. What a drop. He was your biggest mover in the field earlier on. I was going to interview him, but he wasn't here. So we're going to have to interview someone else a little bit later on. So a lot of these guys just continue to run away. They're running to one single file for the most part, and it is currently working out in their favor. Sometimes just not pushing too hard really does allow you to finish in a good spot. So I think that is the approach that a lot of them are trying to take. Jeffrey Belk has continued to be your leader here at Talladega, under threat just a little bit from Hunter Peach and Stephen Black, as well as Brandon Feedler. Yes, Wes, yes. Michael Jennings has a hybrid engine, which is what allows him to stay out for longer than anybody else. That's Greg Snellgrove with the fastest lap of the race with a 49.214. He is not letting Jennings have a break tonight. First car leading a lap down, that's going to be Jacob Waters in 17th position. And Michael Jennings is currently bringing up the rear of the lead lap field. Going a little bit further wide out there, that's Stephen Black on the outside. It looks like he is not doing too hot with how much he's fallen back for the moment. Let's zoom in just a little bit more so you can see what's going on. See a lot of these guys just rolling through. That's Brandon Feedler now up into 2nd position, as we are now heading up into a time of day change here at Talladega. See, they're continuing to run 2 wide in the rear of the field there. They're trying to vie for some positions. I don't know if it's, the right time to fight for. Running 3 wide back there, too. Wow, these guys are really pushing it. Just a little bit of a rear place position. I don't know if I would want to fight. Honestly, it's just a little bit too much for me. Trying to fight that much. But it looks like they're going to ease up just a little bit. They know it's a bit too much. Back up into 5th. That's going to be Will Cloud. Like I said before, starting from the rear up into 5th. Hopefully, I think he's trying to put on a good show for his first race here at CASCAR. Although he does have a lot of really good drivers around him. That's Stephen Black, the 2-in-a-row driver, hoping to get a 3rd win with his own named race. Brian Fradian, that number 81 machine, also a huge threat for speed. There's Cody Snyder in front of him, and well as Paul Ems. These guys, a lot of everyone is just very, very top drivers all in the front. Yeah, Cody in P4, as you said, Wes, you don't really see him too much in the top 10. Oh, big wave there from a lot of these guys. But running in 4th, and he's doing a fantastic job of holding it, and he is not going to let Will Cloud by for the moment. Looks like he's trying to give him a little bit of a fake out as Stephen Black blocks Daniel Michael on that outside lane. Sylvan, who is usually not up in our top drivers that we see, is currently running in 7th position, even though he was multiple laps down earlier. Got skill, just no luck. I swear, that's the story of so many people we see time and time again. So full of talent, but the racetrack just does not want to give it to him. But it looks like Cody Snyder is going to have some luck today, as well as Sylvan, who we usually has just bad luck. He's now up into a good spot, running in 8th. I think it's a fantastic spot for a lot of these guys to be in. As we take a look at some more of the track info here at Talladega. 2.66 mile surface. I know it's a little bit off on there. But at 1 speed, too. Well, with the Black Designs 250, make sure you check out Black Designs. A lot of the paints in this field are made by Stephen Black. And I think he did a fantastic job with those that he made, as well as that little insignia on there, that Black Designs 250. Jeffrey Belk continues to lead here at Talladega. Your rear of the field right there, kind of your top three are just really pulling away. As Will Cloud is up into fourth, being that start of that second field. And then behind him, that's going to be Brian Fradian, kind of like spearheading that right behind him. The kind of pressure that a lot of these drivers are under right now is quite intense. They do not have a caution coming their way that they know of. If there's going to be a caution, it can involve you. It is a big threat that a lot of them are very worried about, which is why you're going to see a lot of them starting to run a bit more clean as we continue on here at the big Super Speedway. After a really poor start, due to getting spun a lot earlier on in this race and getting heavily damaged, that's Mark LaPierre up into 8th position. It has been a while since we've seen him, and honestly, he's doing a fantastic job. See a lot of you guys cheering Brandon on. That's good. Always make sure you cheer on your favorite drivers. If you're in our chat, make sure you cheer them on. Shake your head if Brandon wins. I don't know if that's a bet you want to make, because it is very likely he could. Brandon is a good driver. He is very fast, and he's going to be a very good contender for this league, especially if Jeffrey Belk is going to buy. That's two EG guys out front. They're not going to screw each other over just for one position. Although it does make me reminisce about the CASCAR shootouts just a little bit. These guys are quite close. Well, Brandon, if you're listening, you got a Mechanical Corgis here in our chat. I'm not sure who that actually is related to it. But that's motivation for you that they're going to shave your head if you win. We'll have to bring you up a little bit later on to make sure that he gets the message. Paul M is running in third, now under threat from the 57 of Will Cloud. Now, I didn't discuss this too much. The 57 in the entire career of NASCAR, if you take a look on driver standings, the 57 has never won a race. But this is Will Cloud's first race here in CASCAR, and he's running in fourth from starting in the rear. Can he break the curse? Probably not. It's the 57 curse. However, it is a great spot to see him in, as he's just brand new here and he's doing so well. Although a lot of the more rookie drivers, they don't really seem it. I think Paul Ems, he is not a veteran driver to here, as far as I am aware. And he is currently running in an amazing spot as well. I wonder if Jeffrey got the message now, to see if he just needs to go into the rear a little bit. Thanks for the highlight, Jacob. I see that. Yes. You know what? Where are my sunglasses? Let me go grab those. Oh, no, they're a little bit further away. I'd have to walk away from the microphone. Uh-oh. I'll have to grab those a little bit later on. Make sure you keep watching to earn those channel points, and you too can unlock different emotes and highlight messages as well. I usually try to participate in the chat, but I am a little bit blind, so it is not uncommon for me to just completely miss it. Well, here at the Super Speedway, you can see your entire, is that top 10 now? Yeah, your entire top 10 are all together, and oh no, here it is, the dangerous duo. That's Greg oh man. Greg Snellgrove and Tyler Hallahan. These two together, there's a meme about them for a reason. These two are mighty quick when together, and right now, they have a top 10 position, and we're going to see if they're going to be able to do it. Put the piston in random places. Yes! That is a great idea, Wes. I'm going to have to set it up as a channel for you. I'll just have to move it around. I like it. If you don't know what I'm referring to, it's whenever I have the camera on, you can see this piston. It's the silver object you can usually see behind my Mark Martin number 6 car. I move that around in different places. So give some ideas, and I'll make that a channel point option. Well, as your entire top of the field here. That's all the way down to Mark LaPierre in 11th. That is a big group of cars all running in single file together, although Mark LaPierre is going to be trying to vie for that outside position. I wonder if he's going to be able to get it. Well, we are past lap number 47, as we have been for a little while now. But there was a draw earlier on. If a Jennings Esport driver wins this race, a pack of Raise Energy will be given away for free to a drawn driver. So I hope that you picked your favorite Jennings Esport driver to win. And currently, I think that they are in not a great spot. That's Hunter Peach in 15th, Michael Jennings in 13th, and Matthew Malvania in 18th. So we're going to see if they're able to keep it up. We saw Hunter up in the front of the field for so long, it's sad to see him in the rear. As we now follow on with the number 81 of Brian Fradian, still running in 5th. Not giving anyone any particular pressure. You know, let's bring up Brian with us. He's always a good person to have up in the booth. He always looks to entertain the field. Make sure this place has stock. No. So bring Brian up with us. Brian, it's open the booth. Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up, Noah?
I mean, I'm doing pretty good, but you're currently running in 5th, and you're getting pressure from both in front of you and behind. How are you handling that?
I mean, to be honest, we're making jokes, just trying to get through the race, trying to just, take some, ignore the pressure a little bit, but also, stay involved.
That makes a lot of sense. Currently, you have an EG guy out in front and in 2nd, and you're currently the 3rd. So do you think you're going to be able to get by Paul Ems and Will Cloud to take away that 1, 2, 3?
Would be really nice. This draft package, it's really kind of hard to do something by yourself. So right now, we're kind of just trying to... I know if all three of us could sync the pit stop and make a real clean stop, we can get out together. And that's how Jeff and I ended up gaining a whole bunch of places last before the comp caution.
Well, clearly it's worked out in your favor, as you guys are not only just running in the top 10, you guys are just being able to run so fast.
Yeah, it's really helpful when everybody kind of just decides to just sit in a line, because right now it's the package itself. It really kind of, you can't run 2 cars or 3 cars in a high line and stay close, or keep the same relative speed unless you're running really, really close and side drafting real hard. So if you can just sit in a line and be patient, you can start breaking gaps up and start breaking the field up into smaller groups.
Well, that makes a lot of sense, and it is going to be a struggle everyone is going to have to deal with trying to keep a battle for position. One of the things I'm seeing right now up in the booth is there's a lot of weaving going on from the 3rd and 4th position. How do you think that's going to play into your speed?
As long as people are polite and keep the space for them to come back down, it shouldn't hurt too bad. But it definitely isn't. It isn't. It's a little unnerving, I'll be honest.
You just a little bit concerned seeing a bright lime green number 57 dive below the line?
Oh yeah. Mid me answering that question, yeah.
I mean, that may or may not be why I timed it like that.
Yeah, but as long as we're patient, I think we'll be okay.
Well, I think it is going to be a interesting way to finish out this race. You know, heading into lap number 70 here, you got yourself at least a top 5 if you're able to maintain this kind of speed, and you have 2 EG guys out in front. You got friends around you. I mean, do you think Kyle Mundell is going to be willing to help you?
I hope so. I mean, it's kind of one of those situations where you kind of have to, because you can't do anything. You can't do anything alone, and you can't do anything with a small pack. So you're kind of just stuck.
Yeah, that makes sense. Just being caught up in an unfortunate spot like that, but hopefully it is going to play out for the rest of your race.
Yeah, I hope so too. It'd be really nice to get a good position for the team.
Well, just in case I don't bring it up a little bit later, is there anyone at home you'd want to thank?
My parents are watching. Any of the Lost Boys, if they're watching. My wife, Victos, the rest of the sponsors, Wes, the EG guys.
Well, as you just said, Wes, I just got reminded. Wes wants to tell you that he says, "Hi, Brian, I love you."
I love you too, man.
All right, thank you very much for your time, Brian, and good luck.
All right, thank you, man.
That was Brian Fradien, currently running in 5th position with that number 81 Toyota Camry. Well, it's been quite a race we've had so far, heading into, we're in lap number 71 here at Talladega Superspeedway. And the rest of the field really hasn't changed too much. Everyone kind of just working together and hoping to push each other. Stephen Black running in 7th position. He's not pushing too hard. See if that changes anytime a little bit later on. You can see the Tyler Hallahan and Greg Snowgrove just a little bit back there, trying to see if they can make something work. A little pressure on Daniel Michael back there. Uh-oh. Just as I say anything, I swear. Every time. That's Jeffrey Belk now coming in for that pit stop. Let's see how everyone is able to handle it. 4 wide as they enter in the pit. Insane. They're 3 now, so you can see all of them as they're coming in now to the pits. How are they going to handle this? Let's bring up that battle for pit road. So Jeffrey Bell continues to lead on that. Because it looks like all the guys that you see in front are the ones that ran away from that one. Let's see. Looks like Greg is off to a pretty good start. Sylvan going to be struggling just a little bit more. And that is going to put Jeffrey Belk up into 1st position, with Brandon Feedler behind him. Now Brian Fradien up into 3rd. That is going to put everyone for the EG guys in a 1-2-3 spot. Is getting pressured from Daniel Michael and Kyle Mundell from behind. Although I don't think it's going to be quite enough to split a 1-2-3 finish. I wonder, it's usually a commentator's curse, but was it the commentator's blessing this time? I think that'll be a thing we have to mention a little bit later on if we get any more interesting things happening in this race. See these guys who continue to race along here. Now you just got your top 4 pulling away. Behind them, you're going to have the number 34 and the 57 working together, with Stephen Black and Paul Ems behind them trying to help as well. Sometimes I just have to question, do you think is this really going to be the thing that works out for everybody? I don't know. I mean, you can see this line of cars. They got speed, but I don't know if it's enough to try to match up to the speed of your top 4 up there. Maybe they're got to be concerned about order, too. I mean, like I was saying earlier, we've seen Will bopping up and down with that number 57. It's really easy to spot him with how bright that car is, but Steven is able to usually hold it so cleanly. Uh-oh, that looks like Will Cloud is going to be moving for a pass now on Kyle Mundell. Is he going to take it? Yeah. Number 34 goes out wide and is going to let them on through. So leading that 2nd pack, that's Will Cloud now back up in the 5th. Stephen Black running in 6th with the Black Designs 250 as his title sponsor for this race, with his Twitch as his actual car sponsor. He's sponsoring this race. It just makes you question, do you think Steven is going to be able to get past Will there and maybe not get enough pressure from Paul? I don't know. It is going to have to be proving interesting. Michael Jennings with the fastest lap of the race, coming in at a 49 dead. These guys are they're making that speed just calm down. They are really trying to make that lap time go down and increase their speed. It is impressive just how fast these guys are able to go here around Talladega. Well, after a pit stop in 9th and 10th, we see Tyler Hallahan and Greg Snowgrove. It looks like their usual unstoppable duo is not as quite unstoppable tonight. Unfortunate for them is that means they're going to have to do a lot more work to try to catch up. Well, we see in second place that's still Brandon Feedler in your top 3 EG guys. They're putting on a huge show for tonight. Although, sadly, it looks like the number 9 of West Gallows, who's not been able to make it, is not able to make it a top 4. Honestly, if they had just a 1, 2, 3, 4 position, that would be pretty cool. Although these guys are all very competitive with each other, so I'm not surprised that they're all close. You know what, to make this a little bit more interesting, as it's just me up in the booth again, let's bring up Daniel Michael and see how he's doing, if he's available. He is not. Unfortunately. Oh, no, he is! We can grab him. We got him. Let's bring him up here with us. Daniel's up in the booth. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up?
Well, currently you're running in 4th position behind your top 3 EG guys. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. I was hoping that Steven and a couple of other guys could stay with me, but now that I'm with the other 3 cars in the front, I just gotta hang with them. Hopefully get to the end in that pit stop.
Well, there isn't too much of this race left to go. Do you think Steven is going to be able to make a run for it?
They're catching right now, so hopefully. They seem to have gotten hooked up, and we'll see what they can do.
Well, we're going to have to see how that plays out for the rest of it, but I guess as you said, for right now, you're kind of just hanging around with that number 25 iRacing machine.
Yes, sir.
Well, what do you think your strategy is going to be for the rest of this race, other than hope that Steven's going to get to you?
Well, I've been making up a lot of spots on pit entry, pit exit, so I'm hoping for another stop, hopefully under caution if possible. Maybe I can get myself to the lead and have a good restart, stay in the front.
Do you think there's going to be another caution?
There could be. We're a little bit spread out right now. Maybe if the cars get a little bit closer towards the end, we might be getting into each other.
Well, this is one of the weirdest moments I think ever, because it is Talladega Super Speedway, and it's 250 miles of it, and there's only 2 cautions, and one of them was a competition one.
Yep. It's definitely an upside down type day.
Absolutely. So if you can get up into a good spot, I think that is going to be proving very useful for cycle and racing, especially as you guys are a pretty decent amount in points behind EG Racing.
Yeah, for sure. We're definitely behind by a bit. We might be able to get closer here after a few races next week.
Yeah. Well, hopefully that is going to work out for you guys. I know that you guys put in work day in, day out to try to get yourself into a better spot.
Yeah. All right.
Well, just in case I don't bring you back up here a little bit later on, is there anyone in the audience you want to thank tonight?
I just want to thank all my teammates. Honestly, I didn't have teammates the first time I joined. Got in, won a race, and then got picked up by Cyclone, so that was pretty good.
Good. I'm glad that Cyclone was able to open the door for you.
Yeah. It's just been a good time here in CASCAR.
Good. Well, thank you very much for being up here with us. I'm going to send you back down, and good luck.
All right, thank you.
All right, that was Daniel Michael, currently running in 4th. Will Cloud is caught back up to them. It looks like that gap did close a lot. That's what happens when you don't have your camera zoomed out all the way. Will Cloud and Stephen Black now that they're there, I wonder what the strategy call is going to go. Is Will going to... He keeps faking out Steven, I think. It's either that or he's waving to try to make something interesting happen. They seem to run on through. Only about 15 laps of this race left to go. It's kind of cooling down here. It's cooling down here at Talladega. Not only is the track temperature falling, it's just kind of relaxed a bit more. This environment is just a lot easier to go through. Thank you very much for the follow, Jackson Playing Games. I appreciate it. Welcome to the Forklift Family of Broadcasting. One of the things I forgot to ask Daniel there is how they're looking on fuel. I wonder if they're going to have enough fuel to make it to the end. I think with that stop we saw a little bit earlier on that they are able to. But I think it might be a little bit tight for a couple of these guys. We'll have to bring someone up a little bit later and ask them how they're doing. Maybe with 10 to go we can bring Tyler up with us. 60% fuel loads. Uh-oh. I mean, yeah, you are right. It is 60%. I don't know if... I don't know. think it's going to make it interesting with how many pit stops these guys have to do here, even though there's only been 2 cautions and one of them being a competition caution. It's good to see you, Jackson, playing games. How are you doing tonight? You're here at Talladega. Not too much left to go here at CASCAR, the Black Designs iRacing Series. Hopefully we can get a quick draw out of the Jennings Esports draw for the free Raise Energy packet if we can get one of them across the finish line in first. This is Kyle Mundell, who's been having a very interesting race, bobbing all over the field. He's been in towards the front, he's been towards the rear, now he's running towards the upper midfield. I wonder how he's doing. We're doing okay over here at Jackson Play Games. I appreciate it. Just hoping to let this race finish out to the end. Only 2 cautions, which has made this race absolutely fascinating. Usually you don't see that. Better give a little bit of airtime to our guys towards the rear of the field. You can see Matthew Malvania here. He's trying to work with, who's he working with? He's working with Sylvan and Michael Jennings there. Cody Snyder too. Looks like Cody, even though he's running in a fantastic spot, he was running in P4 earlier on, has fallen down to 15th, unfortunately. And due to it being Talladega, something tells me it's either to do with strategy or something in the pits or something. Unfortunate. These guys are quite good here, so at least they'll be able to continue on for not too much longer. Hopping up to the number 14, that's Jacob Waters. He's kind of by himself right now. I'm not sure what caused him to be out here. He's quite literally just by himself. Let's zoom out a little bit more. You can see it. With his Lubus Foundation Chevrolet Camaro, he's a self-employed driver. He does not have a team. He is completely by himself. Anyway, we head over to Patrick Coluccio. Also, it seems like he's pretty much by himself as well. We can zoom out a little bit more as well to really see how he is doing. Yeah, also just by himself. A lot of people in this rear, just really alone, which is going to be interesting. Well, we pop out back towards the front to really make sure these guys are not doing anything while I'm away. I think I've had that happen just a little bit too many times. But they continue to run single file here as we're about to head into 10 to go. See a group of those guys falling off in the rear. They filed back. That is going to be them, making it interesting. Thank you very much for the cheers, Dave. I appreciate it. Been our guy this race. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, have those parties. Not too much of this race left to go, and honestly, these guys have just absolutely killed it. Not only not causing wrecks, but just able to really hold it together. Ah, yes. Remind Brent. Yep. So, Brandon, you got to remember, if you're listening, if you win this race, Mechanical Corgis is going to shave their head for you if you win. So maybe you can try to work with Belk on that one to get yourself a win. I'm not sure if he's ever going to follow that one. Although that is a trade, you know, a trade I wouldn't have been thinking about. But it works. It's always good to have fans out in the field. Make sure you cheer on your favorite driver to see how they're going to do in this race tonight. Thank you everyone who's came back in. Wow, we just went from 14 viewers back up to 25. Good to see everybody here as we are going to be winding down here at CASCAR. Jeffrey Belk continues to lead this race as he's getting followed by the number 39 of Brandon Feedler, Brian Fradian, and Will Cloud. Paul Ems fell back just a little bit. Looks like, yeah, Daniel Michael came in with those guys earlier. So I wonder if Will Cloud here, because he's a self-driver, well, I shouldn't even say that, he's got ERA Sim Sports, but it's just him for ERA representing tonight. I wonder how he is going to be, you know, working. Is he going to try to make friends with all the EG, even though he's a different manufacturer? I will say, Will is the lone guy up here in a Camaro. Oh, except for Paul, too. Honestly, it's so easy to forget that everyone just runs Camaros and Camrys. They blend together when you watch them from so far apart. like I said, not too much of this race left to go. Jeffrey Belk still going to be leading this race with Brandon Feedler behind. If you're going to make a dash for the finish, now is the time. They got to keep an eye on pit strategy, though, too. If they don't have enough fuel, then they are going to be killing it. Another great question has to be, you know, with that pit stop we saw out of all of the Cyclone Racing guys, does that really mean, like, I wonder if they're going to be set for fuel or if these guys are going to run out, and when they run out, are they going to have enough momentum to finish? Well, the Cyclone crew is not. Certainly been an interesting night here at CASCAR with the Black Designs 250 as they now go by Jacob Waters' lapped car. It kind of just ends up interesting. You know, it's so reversed as we were talking earlier with Daniel. It just only 2 cautions. It's just so unnatural. You didn't think of it here at Talladega. Sadly, Talladega being a little bit older of a track, I don't get a ton of camera options. Otherwise, I'd show you guys some more stuff, but just isn't available. But still, honestly, I'm excited to see how they're going to finish out the rest of this race. We're about to head into 5 to go here at Talladega, and it looks like your top 5, top 6, are really going to be working together, trying to finish single file. We'll make sure we zoom out a little bit more towards the end to make sure, just in case Brandon or Jeffrey gets an idea. Maybe Will is going to try to pull something there. Alright, here we go. We're about to cross this line just after we finish this tri-oval section here at Talladega. Remember that Talladega is a D-shaped tri-oval. Zoom out just a little bit more to the blimp cam so you can really see just how big this track is. 2.66 miles, hosts the fastest racing. It is, you know, it's just absolutely fascinating to see how everyone is able to handle it. Well, we're on lap 90 of 94. And it looks like your top 6 are going to be currently single file. That is a astute observation there, Jackson. I absolutely believe that they're totally just trying to save as much fuel as possible. Alright, they're catching up to another lap car. I believe that's the number 74, Brian Merrill Jr., that they're catching up to. Hear the sound of those engines. Man, they always sound so good. You can see, though, even with their spacing that they have, they are really not. Like, they just don't. They're giving each other space, and even that, like, you would expect a bumper to bumper. I know with the new package, it does make it interesting, but, Wes is right there. He really is just full throttle all the time. And can't bash on the no racing knowledge, you know? Sometimes just watching car go brrr is fun. Alright, we head into lap number 92 now. As soon as we finish the tri-oval, remember that the line here at Talladega is not like it is at Daytona in the middle of that tri-oval. It is a little bit weird seeing a Richard Childress number font on a Toyota. It's a bit offsetting, bit off-putting. I will say that. All right, as they catch up to another lapped car, I think this is going to be towards the end of the race. I think it's just going to be a single file race for the finish. That is, unless someone just gets a bright idea right at the end. It looks like Stephen Black, who's currently running in 13th, is not going to get the run he wanted to tonight. Uh-oh, they're all coming into the pits now. There they go in. Well, this is going to completely shake the field up. Let's see what this battle on pit road is going to look like. Belk continues to lead now as they come into the pit stops. You can see the 81 slides. It looks like he overshot his pit stop. All right, that's number 39 now. It looks like he is not going to be able to beat Jeffrey Belk on a pit road. That's Brandon Feedler up into second position now. Brian Fradian is going to be moved down. Wait, did I get their names reversed? I did. Oh no. Brandon Feedler up in the second. That's Brian Fradian down up in the sixth. Oh no. But Brandon now is in a spot where if he wins this race, he does have to have someone do it. Uh-oh. You got to be careful with spams that Nightbot does not like it very much. I'm sure you weren't being mean or overly aggressive. Just Nightbot is very sensitive to it. Thank you everyone that's joining us for the end of this race as we're on lap number 93 of 94 here at Talladega. Kyle Mundell up into third position. Let's remove that pit stop thing. I don't know why it's not going away. There we go. Kyle Mundell up into third as Jeffrey Belk continues to lead. That's Brandon Feedler in second. A lot of the people we saw up in the top have fallen down. This is going to make it for an absolutely fascinating here at the white flag at Talladega for the Black Designs 250. Sponsored by Black Designs. Make sure you check out Stephen Black to get your iRacing paints and other graphics things done today. That's Hunter Peach now up into fifth. Will Cloud in fourth. Here it is. That's your top three. Uh-oh, that's a bump from Belk, moving him down. Jeffrey Belk is going to take away this win as much as possible. Brandon Feedler does not have an option to try to dive down and take it, I don't think. Uh-oh, he's catching. We come on down to the tri-oval. He moves to the outside. Can he take it? He moves to the inside of his teammates. They're on the outside as it's a drag race to the finish. That's the 39. The 39. The 39 of Brandon Feedler takes away the win. Mechanical Corey, as if you're here. I think you have a commitment donut too. The final lap for the pass, of course. Honestly. Just, uh-oh. Yep. What a finish we just saw. Just an absolute dive. That outside lane just worked so good to allow Brandon Feedler to get up into that outside lane and just take away that win from Jeffrey Belk. They were so close on that finish. What a finish. Coming together as teammates right there. EG Racing, they're always great guys. It's good to see them. What a finish, once again. Just absolutely shocking. Let's let him do his burnouts here so he can get his celebrations in. There he is, that number 39 Toyota Camry for EG Racing. Able to do his burnouts after a fantastic finish. That stop and go was just insane. I shouldn't say stop and go, that's splash and dash. Just rear end the 88 there as they're doing their celebratory burnouts. A lot of people do burnouts with the winner up here just because it's always such long races and everyone needs a bit of relief at the end. But once again, a fantastic job done by Brandon Feedler. Well, as he's getting his celebrations in, let's bring up your third place finisher, Kyle Mundell, who has finally decided to join us. Kyle, so up at the booth. Can you hear me?
Hey, Noah. How's it going, buddy?
Doing all right. You are a hard charger for this race. You got yourself a third place finish after starting, what, second to last?
Actually, I don't think Marshall started the race, so I'll take last. But here at Talladega, it's a little different. Doesn't take long to move up.
Still, what a move, you know? Being able to come, even out of super speedway, like you said, just to the front of the field, it is great.
Yeah, just taking advantage of green flag stops, too. I think the first time around, I wanted to be on my own. I think I led a lap out of it, too, but I didn't want any traffic. I think everybody came in at the same time. But then it was nice, kind of prepared me for the rest of them. And then at the end there, I wanted to go as long as I could, and I think everyone was kind of on the same page. And I just took the minimum amount of fuel. Got out of there and was luckily able to hold on to Jeff and Brandon. They kind of scared me going into 3, and I backed off, and I might have lost any chance I had going for the win, but still third. I'll take it.
It's still fantastic able to, you know, you fluctuating throughout the entire field, the entire race. being able to come in for a top 3 is always a great feeling, even if you're kind of just latching onto some guys, and that's all pit stop strategy. What actually was your strategy, by the way?
Kind of just stay with the pack. I figured we would have more yellows, but I don't think we had one after the competition caution, which was nice. And then after that, it was just stay as close as I could to the yellow line the entire way, and pit when the right guys pitted, join them.
Well, clearly it worked out in your favor, and you got yourself a fantastic top 3 finish.
Definitely. Very happy with that.
Well, thank you very much for joining us up in here. I do appreciate it, and congratulations. Is there anyone out in the audience you want to thank tonight?
I don't think anyone's there, but I appreciate everyone who's watching, and I guess I'll have to start sharing the link around so people can watch.
Yeah, you got to get yourself some airtime, man. That's how you get sponsors.
Appreciate it, Noah. Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate it, and congratulations.
Cheers.
That was Kyle Mundell. He got himself a top 3 position, and a fantastic position at that. All right, let's move up your second place driver. That is going to be Jeffrey Belk up into our booth. Mr. Belk, it's Noah up in the booth. Can you read me?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing okay. I should have brought you up earlier on this race. You were leading so much. Congratulations on the second place. You did a great job.
Yeah, thank you very much. That was real good there at the end.
Honestly, such a battle you had with Brandon there. I was on the edge of my seat.
I know. Not even that, just coming to the cop caution, just me and Steven and Greg right there all together. Both of those finishes were amazing.
Absolutely. You ran a fantastic race today. Every single part of it was just full of, I shouldn't even say dramatics, just constant, really good racing.
Yeah. Just real good, clean racing. It might not be that great viewing it, but running it, it's just great to be out there and be able to run lap after lap and not having to worry about cautions coming out.
I mean, I think most of the time it's usually pretty okay. It's only really noticeable at super speedways where you're kind of just seeing everybody run in a single line and you kind of have to just tuck out of your butt.
Exactly.
Well, you still ran a fantastic race, and I think you made all your sponsors proud. I'm sure Wes is in the chat and is very happy with your finish.
Oh, Wes was very happy. He got a 10-minute ban.
Oh, I didn't know he got banned. Oh, there he is. I see him. He kept spamming. Hold on. 600 seconds. Okay. I'll have to see if I can remove that a little bit later on. Okay.
Oh, yeah, very happy.
Still fantastic. EG, you guys have been able to just dominate the season so far. Just constant top 10s.
Yeah, we've had some good luck. We've had some issues in the past, but this season's been just amazing for all of us.
It really shows being able to be super competitive out on track and, make friends along the way. I think a lot of people were on your side throughout the rest of this race.
Good to hear. Glad they're happy with us.
Absolutely. Congratulations on the second. How do you think you're going to celebrate at this point?
At this point, I've got to head off and get ready for my actual job.
I think everyone can kind of relate to that one just a little bit, as it's Sunday night.
Just
Still, congratulations and a great finish at that. Is there anyone in the audience you want to thank tonight?
Wes for actually being able to pop in and watch. I know he's got his stuff going on and he can't participate anymore, at least for the next month. So at least he can be here in spirit and pop in. As always, NASCAR Geek, Equipment Geek, Week Designs, everyone back at the shop, and just you for broadcasting, everyone out there for tuning in and watching.
All right, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. And once again, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right, that was Jeffrey Belk, your second place finisher. What a race he had, being able to finish so well. Let's bring up your race winner. That is going to be the number 39 of Brandon Feedler. Brandon, it's Snow up in the booth. Do you read me?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, you just made someone have to shave their head.
That's my sister's fiance.
Well, he's got to do it now.
And even better, it's just about a month away from the wedding, too.
Look at that. Perfect timing. Could not have timed it any better.
Yeah.
Still, phenomenal win. What was your strategy call for this race?
At the end there, we saw Black and Michael peel off to pit, and we saw that there was only 2 of them pitting, and like I had mentioned to you earlier in the race, this package, it's all about the numbers. You got to have the numbers, and if it's just 2 of them, they're not going to make up any ground. We actually got close enough to them where they showed up on a relative, and we actually just saw that we were chopping seconds from like 13. By the time we pitted, I think it was down to like 8 seconds. And once we knew that, we pretty well knew that it was just a fight between the guys up front.
That is insane to see that just the numbers make that much of a difference on track.
Oh yeah, especially it's a vast difference from the previous package that was on iRacing, where it was, as long as you weren't side by side, you were fast. You could go a lot faster. In a different league, we actually there was 3 of us that were faster than the entire field, and we ended up winning. We ended up finishing 1, 2, 3 in that race too. So it's just learning about how this package is, what you all need to do with it, and just formulating a winning strategy from there.
Well, I think it clearly worked, especially with your little dash to the finish there on Jeffrey.
Yeah, I tried making a move on the backstretch. That almost was a disaster for us. Luckily, all 3 of us caught it, and then I noticed that I was far enough back, and I had Kyle behind me to give me just one last push coming to the tri-oval, and I just got to his right rear quarter and just pulled him back, and it worked out beautifully.
I was shocked on how well it worked. I was so expecting that as soon as you were getting up to that line, that he was going to just be able to pull away, or you guys were going to like spin each other, and he was going to spin across in first.
Yeah, and that's not the first time I would have been involved in something like that. This race, last season, we finished that way, and again, I won that race. So I'm 2 for 3 technically in Talladega races in this league, and I'm very happy about that. So.
Well, there you go. If you're able to keep a Talladega reputation up, I think a lot of people are going to be a little bit more fearful of you going on, but it also means you'll have a giant target on your back.
But everybody at EG, Jeff, Brian, and Cody, and Wes, who's unfortunately not going to be able to make these things for a month, and this win was to him for helping put this team together. And all 4 of us are just really good. We feel very comfortable on the plate tracks, and I think it showed today.
Absolutely. You guys have clearly been able to dominate this and, really been able to just absolutely kill it. Also, Wes is back. He wants to let you know.
It's good to see, good to hear him see that he was in the Twitch chat tonight. So,
absolutely. It gave me someone to talk to. Well, congratulations once again on that win. You did a phenomenal job, and you just absolutely destroyed it.
Yeah, thank you. It was much needed after some hard races over the past 2 weeks in terms of races in another league, and then the Martinsville race last week, where I talked to Jennings after that race, and we ironed it all out. It's just the product of Martinsville from last week, but. I'm glad we were able to kind of smooth that out and come back here and get a win here.
Good. It clearly has benefited you, and it's always good to be in a good mental state, being able to clear it out with everybody, because you guys are clearly a great community over at CASCAR.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's one big happy group of friends that no matter where we're racing, we're always having a good time.
And that is just the absolute attitude you need to have. Thank you once again for being up here, and congratulations on that first place finish.
Thank you, and I'd like to thank everybody for watching, and thank my 2 of my sponsors real quick because they're a part of my family. I'd like to thank Shredder Plumbing and 921 Mobile DJ Services for being on the car this week, along with Weeg Designs for painting this Dale Earnhardt inspired throwback scheme.
Those are some fantastic people to thank out in this field, and I swear you keep always beating me to it.
Yeah, I've thankfully had the opportunity to do it a couple times, so just used to it at this point.
Well, clearly it pays off. Thank you once again, and congratulations.
Thank you.
That was Brandon Feedler, your race winner, able to take home the absolute victory, and he should be getting that cheesy burger tonight, Jacob, as you highlighted in the stream chat. It is a huge congratulations to all these guys who were able to just absolutely kill it. I'm sorry for that popping up there. Sometimes it just does that. It's been a phenomenal race. It just really has. Everyone's been able to just absolutely kill it and just move, and it's great to see. See there? Okay. I don't know what's up with that. Anyway, you can see your top 10 at least. Brandon Feedler. Okay. All right. Cool. Don't know what's up with that. We'll have to talk to my overlay guy about that one. But you can see your people there who won this race. You can see Brandon Feedler was able to get that first place position. Jeffrey Belk in second. Kyle Mundell in third. Will Cloud finishing in fourth in his first start. Paul Ems finishing fifth. Brian Fradian finishing sixth. Daniel Michael finishing seventh. Stephen Black finishing eighth. Tyler Hallahan finishes ninth. Greg Snellgrove finishes 10th. Cody Snyder finishes 11th. Michael Jennings finishes 12th. Mark LaPierre finishes 13th. Honestly, just what a great field. All these guys able to, really be competitive all together. Hunter Peach finishes 14th. Sylvan finishes 15th. And Patrick Lucio finishes 15th. Trying to get that thing up there a little bit more. There we go. Jacob Waters finishes 17th. Matthew Malvania finishes 18th. That is going to be Brian Rowe Jr. finishing 19th. And Don Ashton finishes 20th, not able to finish the race, along with Marshall Harris 2, which did not start. I think he actually might have started. It's being weird. Anyway, that is a phenomenal race that we've seen. And, well, that's almost it for me tonight. I was going to yell at Jennings to see what's going on for the draw for those guys, but looks like as they're not here, I can't ask him about it. But I hope anyone that was able to get in that draw is able to support Jennings Esports. Always a great guys over there. So thank you very much for joining, everyone. I do appreciate it. And that's it. This has been CASCAR at Talladega with the Black Designs 250. I've been Noah Walter, your host here at twitch.tv/4cloak. I want to thank my sponsors. That's going to be Pierce Cracks. I'm so tired. I'm sorry. Pierce Graphics. I also want to thank Black Designs for able to put everything on tonight, and I appreciate it, and CASCAR. So that's going to be it, and I hope you all have a great night, and I'll see you all next time.